Hi everyone. Today is the last in the series of the blog based on Rowan Williams' book Candles in the Dark, about faith and hope and love in the time of pandemic. A week or so I was upstairs with the window open and I heard this real racket. And when I looked out the window, what I could see was a flock of geese flying overhead in this beautiful, typical geometric formation. I'm used to seeing this, aren't we? And we could think that they're all randomly following the leader. But actually what we notice if we keep on watching is that different geese take over the leadership position at different times, so that the pressure of leadership is shared and the pace of the flight can change too. I also love the murmuration of starlings that often occur when thousands of birds swoop together. They're flying and diving in synchronization against the autumn sky. This amazing aerial stunt is a common sight at certain times of the year in certain places. And I wondered, is this following of others what we sometimes call herd mentality? And what about us humans? Do we display herd mentality? Do some follow the crowd, never thinking for themselves? Do they just carry on believing what they're told, following these daft social rules? Do people get carried away by mindless conformity? Or do we resist the idea that we should sacrifice our liberty and our reason to any kind of collective mindset? Or do we refuse to surrender our precious uniqueness to something less than being the human being that God created us to be? But none of us are completely on our own. None of us are completely independent, are we? How about if, like a flock of geese, each of us is alert to the movement of others, adjusting our flight to theirs? Maybe the awareness of the group produces harmony and beauty and sharing of burdens. Maybe carefully and sensitively with the help of the Holy Spirit. Now, I hope I'm not treading on anyone's toes, but I really don't like that song, I Did It My Way, often sung by Frank Sinatra. I think it's got a very limited philosophy of life. John Donne, in the 17th century, said, "No man is an island entire of itself." And this expresses the idea that we all need to be part of a community in order to survive. And I'm saying this, and I'm someone who is very happy being on their own. I think that makes me an introvert. But Jesus said, love God and love those around you, which implies that we will be with other people at least some of the time. George MacLeod, the founder of the Iona community, often referred to the theme of how the flight of geese was a sign of shared leadership. Now one, then another, moving into the key position. And he said that this was a good model to follow in the church. A flock wheeling and reforming and moving on, responding to one another, and rising to new levels of understanding and action. We've not been able to be community in person over this past year. It has been a lot more difficult for some than others. But we are still a community, even though faith may be fragile, and we can't make light of the cost and the pain of it all. But we need our neighbour to be well and safe too, don't we? The situation we all find ourselves in is not the last word. and neither are the complaints about how things could have been done better or quicker. God is the last word, and our future is in his hands, isn't it? And he calls us to trust him. So look out for the birds or anything else that speaks to us and makes us think. Let's see you again soon. Bye.